So all day long, I would take a brand new recruiter, new to recruitment even, but somebody who's willing to follow a plan, than the guy who's been in recruitment 15 years and knows everything. And they're not going to follow the plan. They're not going to follow the plan. So if we go back to what we need, which is control, and again, if we've got a proven model, so this process works, it has been run by hundreds of people before in similar niches, the same country. We've got this template. Why would you not implement on those steps? I'll tell you why, because it comes down to the recruitment business owner mindset, and that is now, or I'm going to be strategic, but guess what? By the end of the day, 2 calls have come in and my big plan's out the window. So this control comes about by being strategic with our year, and being strategic with our actual 120-day cycles. So if we take that cycle again and we look into more detail, what does it mean? If we've got, for example, let's say in this next 90 days, what's your plan right now? Well, I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to speak to 100 clients, as opposed to every single day, we're going to ensure that we have 100 invites on LinkedIn. We're going to use a template that converts to 37%. We're going to get a follow-up template that converts to 23% reply rate. We've got template 2 that converts to 21% reply rate. Then we get them onto a call, and currently we're converting 1 in 3 calls. All of those are conversion points that can be controlled and improved. That's just with a base LinkedIn campaign. Now let's say that we had a process with double R, which we'll come to shortly. But what we have is a process whereby you're in control all the way through. So if you said to yourself, for example, well, the outcome is this year I want to get to 500,000. What's the stats behind that? How many placements do you need? I need 50 placements. Right, so currently what's your conversion rate? Well, 1 in 4 conversations. So you need 200 conversations, right? So let's say 20 conversations a month. That's 5 conversations a week, 1 a day. So what are you going to do? I'm going to hit the phones, or I'm going to send out these messages on spec, or the odd NPC, just to hopefully get that 1 a day. Is that strategic? No, not at all. Opposed to the other person who says, right, what I'm going to do is work out, I need to get those conversations 1 a day. In this first 30 days, what I'm going to do is get myself set up. I'm going to identify what are my priority 1 clients. It's going to be this type of organization in this type of city or this state in this industry. I'm going to build a data set of 4,000. I'm going to get my templates in place for LinkedIn. You can start running these straight away, but what we're doing is we're being strategic. We're getting ourselves in place whereby we're getting set up. And we start running these within the first 7 days, but really important, we start running the process, and why is it someone else can run 1 template and get a 57% reply rate? Someone else runs the same template and gets a 21% reply rate. Why is that? We need to tweak it. So in this first 30 days, this is about being real and getting your business set up. The next 30 days is about, once we've got something that's working, i.e. even a simple LinkedIn campaign. So say, for example, you're running a LinkedIn campaign, you send out 100 LinkedIn messages, and you got 15 calls out of it, or 5, whatever your number might be. Why would you not replicate that? So every single day, that is running in the background, and you've tested it 3, 4, 5 weeks, and it's linear. Every time you run it, you know you get 15 calls, or you get 15 opportunities to speak to 5 people. Why would that not run systematically in the background? I'm not even talking about automation at this point. So at this point, what we do want to do now is start to automate what is working. And what is not working, we increase the conversion on. And by that I mean, what does that mean? With LinkedIn, we're just simply looking at a message. If we're running a webinar, we get down to different steps. I'm not going to get technical now. If we're running double R, we get down to other steps. But the process is simple if we break it down into simple steps. Then the next, we've got it automated. Now we start to replicate it. So this works on this LinkedIn profile. Would it make sense if my member of my team had a LinkedIn profile in a similar niche, or a LinkedIn profile for candidates, or we're running against a data set for a similar niche, or we've broken down our niche into 10 different subsets? Yes, we replicate it. So when you see these podcasts, and again, if you're not listening to Ken McCarthy's, for example, go and listen to it on iTunes, and these guys who've tripled their fees, tripled their business, it's because we're being systematic with this. We're not just being hit and hope. And what I've seen below 250 is we're not being strategic. And so at the end of the year, we're probably doing more or less the same things we're doing at the beginning of the year, as opposed to the gentleman or the lady who says, right, this is game time. This is either on or I'm not doing this anymore. We don't want to be that to that degree black and white. But Ken was an example. I did Ken's game plan, and Ken said I gave him advice to go from his existing niche, so legacy, into his new, which we identified, the transition phase. But he came off the game plan and said, screw that, I'm going to do exactly what you've told me to do and follow the game plan. And this is where he 3x business very quickly. Now, I'm not saying you do that, but what I'm saying is we're creating a business plan, a business process. So when we talk about control, we need to be thinking about what we're doing in the next year, next 120 days, next 90 days. So when we get to 120, we've got processes converting. So at this point, we need to get these systemized, not sexy, process. And if you're on the next webinar, you'll hear me talk a bit more about this. When I see businesses get to $1 million, then go back under $1 million, it's invariably around some of these components that are not sexy. However, it's the backbone of staying there and being sustainable. So when we talk about control, it's about being strategic with your planning for the year. In real terms, that means this week, this day, I'm sending this, or I'm using this inbound strategy. But you know the exact numbers that we're talking about, the exact numbers that we're dealing with.